What is up, guys? This is Pinzo back with another video today, and what I have for you guys is some more play-by-play. So, we did one of these. We've done a couple of these, okay, but I haven't done one for this character yet. This is going to be Steel. This is, in my opinion, probably the best support in the game right now. He's seen light as, solo and jungle in the past. I think he's actually really strong in support right now. I would say he's at least top 2. And I'm going to show you guys how you should be playing him, because no one knows how to play him. No one knows how to play him correctly. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. Before we get into it, if you guys go on to enjoy the content, be sure to leave it a like and a subscribe. Helps me out a lot. I really appreciate it. Let me know down below if you guys have any questions regarding the content. If you guys have any more questions about Steel, etc., let me know, and I'll see if I can answer for you guys. We're gonna jump into this. Volume should be pretty good for you guys. Steel, first item. This is where it gets to what you guys need to be looking at. Steel first item is Raiment of Renewal. It's the tankiest item in the game as a first item. Statistically, mathematically, this item gives you the most effective HP out of any item in the game. So, go Raiment first. Has good stats on it. Has CDR, it has mana, it has health and health regen. You see right here, I'm already at 4 health a second on this Steel at level 1. And that's actually quite a bit. Like, it doesn't sound like that much, but it means that if you just like kind of play back, you don't have to burn health pots right away. You can take some poke and you're just fine. So that's something to keep in mind. It is something that is useful. So right here, this is kind of where you want to stand on Steel. You just want to be watching the stuff. I see this gadget pushing up. I know she doesn't have a ward here, and my Drongo follows me. I'm like, let's just run at this guy. Get the dash, get a blink on gadget right away. And now they have a gadget who she's half health. She could base or she could not. It's not really going to affect her either way. But they have a gadget that has no blink for 5 minutes. On Steel, get your dash first. Please get your dash first at level 1. It's your better ability. It lets you fight much stronger than getting your shield bash. You have to walk at someone to be able to stun them with your shield bash. With your Q, you can dash at people. So here again, I'm pretty healthy. Like, I have a lot of health regen. I have a health pot ticking. My Drongo took a lot of poke, but it's not going to matter too much. We're really not out of this lane. We didn't blink. We didn't use our big cooldowns or anything like that. So we're... Excuse me. Did not feel that one coming. We're fine here. Nothing's really going to affect this lane. As Steel, what people are going to do to you when you play it, and this is going to happen on Narbash, it's going to happen on all melee supports. When you play melee support, people are going to auto you and pull the wave to their side. As Steel, your goal is to not let that happen. If that happens, you are going to lose all wave pressure. If it does happen, what you need to try to do is to hit them back or just clear the wave. You're kind of forced to clear. Right here, they don't really get that pull on me, so we're able to get a little bit of a freeze. This isn't like a big freeze or anything like this. I mean, there's really no junglers around, so you can only freeze so much, right? We're not really going to get anything off of this, but we make them walk up a little farther than maybe they feel safe to clear this wave. And we're good. Again, on Steel, I'm kind of just hanging out. I know I don't have health pots, but Revenant's poke at this stage really isn't enough to scare me. I have decent health regen. I'm just kind of vibing. Again, just trying not to let them pull that wave, because it makes it much harder for my carry to get their CS. See, that's what I mean when I say pull the wave. You see how far that my melees ran away? And then this is this is like kind of the goal. So they pull the wave, and I just go aggressive. If they're going to pull the wave and take minion aggro, I'm going to run at them. We get Rev Blink, which is all we need. That's all they pull the wave, they kind of start hitting, and I'm like, let's run at these guys. Like, let's go with these guys. No, I need to back anyway. Me losing health here doesn't really matter. That's totally fine. We see the rampage coming in. I tried to dash into him. I thought he was gonna walk further around the corner. He ends up getting my Drongo. That gold buff was really, really greedy. We should have just left with the small win that we did have, which was getting Revenant Blink. We should have just left. Should have just walked away and backed, and we didn't. So a little greedy there, but we're still good. my Drongo didn't waste his blink. He was dead anyway. And now we just go back to lane. We just go back to lane. We're 0-1. It's not really going to matter in this game. Again, Revenant has no blink and my Drongo does. So we still have the ability to get aggressive here. The other thing to remember is that we just came back from base with items and they don't have items. So we can run at them if they try and step up to this. On Steel, I would recommend taking your your Force Shield at level 3. Just pick it up. You're going to want it. If for some reason there's absolutely nothing on the enemy team that you need the shield for, you can double level your other abilities. But for the most part, take your shield at level 3. Now, in this game, I can block Rampage Rock. I can block Decker Stun. I can block Revenant Q. There's a lot of stuff that I can block with that ability, so it's just good to have available. I know it kind of stinks because it's kind of a boring ability to use, but it is good, I promise. So here again, he just aggroed the entire wave. I just say, I'm just pinging this to my carry. I'm like, run at this guy. Run this. Like, he has no blink. Slow him through here. I'm just going to back up, let my carry get that kill. And then now we go at Decker. I wait. I stop autoing so that I can stay in range for the stun. And then we get Decker blink. He's low. We got Decker blink. I still have a health pot ticking. Boom. Kill. If he's gonna walk up to me like that, like I'm a Steel. I have a lot of health right now. I have a lot of health regen right now. If he's gonna walk up to me and try and full like kind of do that full commit to me right there, if I just run him down, we know he doesn't have a blink. Like, what else am I gonna do? Okay, so this is where how to play Steel begins. Okay, I'm gonna go 10 seconds back because what just happened? This is my brain check at this exact moment. What just happened in duo lane was Rev with no blink. His blink is still down. Rev no blink died. He's coming back from base. There's no way he roams because obviously he's a carry. He needs his farm. He's gonna go get his wave. Decker was 1 HP, blinked away, has no blink, just backed or is in the process of backing. These are the comms that I'm getting. I know you can't see Decker on the map, but Decker just backed. What do I do as Steel here? Is there anything for me to do in right lane? Not really. Can I sit there and soak up some XP? Sure, I can. I'm not getting any bonus gold because I'm not last hitting anything. This is the idea behind this roaming support, is that you don't lose gold roaming. You do lose XP, but you don't lose gold because you are getting passive gold and your crest gold. You have 90 seconds until your full crest, and that's when you need to activate it, right? So you have 90 seconds to roam the map without losing gold. So you can do so. Maybe. Okay, so I drop a ward for my carry. I rotate to mid. I want to get this gadget. Her blink is still down. Her blink is down for like another 40 seconds. And I know that because I had the timer. So I want to get on her before she gets her blink back up. We see the rampage, but as soon as he disappears, I'm just like, let's go in. Unfortunately, I get hit by that root, which is really unfortunate. Otherwise, we kill her. Shield bash comes up a little short. We don't kill her, but look at her. Now she's backing. This is like the ripple effect you can get from a support. We just forced that guy to back, and now he's going to miss creeps to his tower. I'm affecting mid lane and duo lane, and now look at this. My Howie's coming over here, following me, and now we kind of have 2 roaming supports, right? That's sort of what this turns into. Here, I'm just creating pressure. I don't care that they know I'm in their jungle. I'm getting that deep ward. I'm following my Howie. They don't have a ward on me because she just missed that, right? So they don't have a ward on me. We're in. They don't have a blink. The call here is just kill Decker. Just kill Decker. We get the Howie ult on her. Rongo finishes that. And then we sort of stick around here a little bit too long. We get a little bit too googly-eyed at this low health Revenant. What we should do is just run away. We should back up to our tier 1 and just back. Here, both of my mid laner and my carry are gonna get a little. They're gonna get a little big bug-eyed and try and run at this Revenant. It's fine. You know, this kind of stuff happens. I'm not really a kill threat here. Like, I can't really die right now. We see the rampage on the other side of the map. My Drongo blinks in for it, manages to pick it up. Is it worth a blink? I'm gonna say probably not. I would say I'd probably rather have a Drongo with a blink than have a dead Revenant. But we do manage to pick up the kill. Their Decker's back. Their Revs are getting no XP from that wave. My Howie did miss a lot in mid. He missed like 2 waves in mid to his tower. Kind of stinks, but keep in mind how far behind we already had Gadget. So he's really like he doesn't lose that much. Now here I don't have my Raymond completed, but I don't need, like, the gold is going to come in no matter what. I get the gold no matter what because I'm getting passive gold. And then when I get my crest available, like my little crest bubbles, when those are available, I can go auto something. But if I don't auto it right away, they stick around, right? So I'm not losing gold. I do lose some XP, and you'll see eventually I kind of make the call where I want to go get my ultimate. Because that's the downside to this sort of playstyle is you tend to put your ultimate a little behind. I miss she gets the root on my dash, but we get her blink. Doesn't matter. Don't care. She got the root, which maybe if I hit her with that dash, we get the kill. But we get the root. She dies. Or she uses her blink. My carry does die during this to the Rampage gank. But I'm getting the call that they used everything. They used Decker and Rampage ultimates, which is pretty much, like, that's pretty much enough for me. And here you're going to see I'm going to get a lot of XP from this wave that goes to tower. This kind of stuff is nice. Obviously, I'd rather have an alive carry than getting XP from tower. But you take what you can get. You do need your ultimate online as Steel, as the support. Your ultimate's obviously very strong. Getting it online is good, but those early rotations, they sort of create fear, right? Gadget has to be scared of a Steel being in her lane because I've been there 3 times, right? She has to be afraid. Like, she knows that I want to do that. Right there, obviously, they killed our carry. Our Chimera's in their jungle, right? He was checking their red, taking a camp. In solo lane, we're never going to contest that Fangtooth. Don't kill yourself for it. Fang is not worth dying for, especially Fang number 1. Fang number 1 kind of sucks, okay? Kind of not very good. So don't die for Fang number 1. So here, I'm just getting timers. I just want to know when his blue is up. He's likely to be on it when his blue comes up. I want to know when his 3 camp is up. I just want to know when things are happening. And here, I'm like, I've got my ultimate. Let's go. I don't even hit it. Doesn't matter. My Drongo, I just needed to be there. And then here, I'm just trying to get Drongo out. I'm calling. Right here, I'm calling. I'm like, Decker behind. She's following. She's following. Howie shows up. And this pretty much turns into a free kill. She blinks away, which is just wasting Decker blink kind of. And my Howie misses the ultimate. And she gets away. Does it matter? No. It's a support. She used her blink. That's all that matters. But would have been nice to get the kill. Keep the carry alive there. Again, did the Steel ult miss? Yes. Does it matter? No, it literally doesn't. It matters in 0% that I missed the ultimate versus hitting it. Here, I'm escorting my Howie out. I'm just like, go. Like, I'll stun this guy, man. I don't care. My Howie ends up blinking away here. I'm trying to keep him alive. I don't have any mana. So I end up blinking away, and Rev ends up ulting me and blinking me. I don't know if you guys could hear it. He ulted and blinked me right there. So now I'm calling to my team. I'm like, Rev is free. He just ulted and blinked a support, right? That's the tooth. Rev doesn't have a lot of safety, but he has 2 very hard safety nets, which are blink and ult. And he just used both of them, and they're pretty long cooldowns. So we're going to be able to play off that. I'm going to have my ultimate up before Rev does. We're going to be able to kind of just run this guy down. So here, because I've left my Drongo alone so much, the Rampage has kind of decided to live on this side of the map, which is cool and all. It's not really going to, like my Drongo's just going to kind of sit under tower. Not really going to do anything to him. But it's whatever. Dodge a rock, and now we're just we're back to duo lane. We're back to vibing. We've been out of duo lane a lot. I'm checking for the Revenant. I knew he was on gold. I called it. He didn't back, and now I'm going to go check it. I'm going to walk up. I see Decker running back, so I'm assuming he's backing, and I'm looking for him. And there he goes. Now he's back. We can push this. We can do whatever we want. There's no Rev there. So you can see it. What I'm trying to do as support is, a lot of the time as support, you're almost a ward, right? I'm using my body because I'm my body's so beefy. I have so much, especially with this Raiment first item, you have so much room for error because you have so much extra health that you can walk up like that. What happens if Decker stuns me? What happens if Rampage was just sitting behind a fog wall waiting and Rev was going to come on me, right? If I eat a Decker stun, a Rampage stun, and a Rev, you know, I know he doesn't have ultimate, but like a Rev Q, right? I'm like down to a third HP and I have an ultimate, right? So we can actually kind of turn and fight that. It's you have a lot of wiggle room on a support like this. So here I again, look how much health I have. Look how much damage I'm taking on Steel. So this is a Rampage and a Gadget. I don't know why they're following me here. I really don't. I'm a Steel with full Raiment of Renewal, but I'm also like level 7, right? I'm not worth anything. I don't have any kills. I don't have a bounty. I don't know why they're chasing me here, because also there's nothing up. The reason you would chase a support like this is if Fangtooth was up. If getting that kill is going to get you a free Fangtooth, go for it. Chase that guy. Get that kill. Go for it. Fangtooth isn't up for like another 90 seconds. Even if they kill me, I'm going to be respawned by then. So I end up just taking a lot of damage here, which is fine. As soon as I block this Rampage rock, when he ults, he doesn't have it. It's a long cooldown. It's like a 20-second cooldown. He doesn't have that rock right now. So I see my Howie coming in. I'm just going to up down this guy. Again, my passive is giving me shielding. I'm out of the dome. And now we're to the point where they just double ulted me for no reason. So we know that they don't have ultimates. I'm still, look at me. I'm half health, right? I'm zoning Gadget off of a wave. Rampage is sitting in the jungle not doing anything. They end up 2v1ing my carry during that time. But again, like, they just wasted 2 ults on me that they didn't have to waste. And now what we know is that both of those ults are like, I don't know the exact cooldown. You don't need to know exact timers, guys. But both of those ults are, I'm going to say, roughly 110-second cooldown, right? Which means they are not going to be up right when Fangtooth spawns. If we force Fangtooth, they will not have those ultimates. So that's something we can look for. Again, they're kind of just running at me here, which I'm not exactly sure why. Like, they rev ult me, and I'm half HP, and he has no Vanquisher. So you know, there's some questionable plays going on. They're never gonna kill me right there. Just not gonna happen. So they go for it. Now they're down 3 ultimates, moving into a Fangtooth fight. So here I'm asking my team, I'm like, do you want Sprint? Do you want Leaf Song for Gadget Ultimate? And they're like, no. Go Riftwalkers. Go Riftwalkers. Riftwalkers is very good. You can make some serious plays on Riftwalkers that you can't do with anything else. The build here is Raiment of Renewal into Moon Boots, into Galaxy Greaves. Galaxy Greaves gives you movement speed to run around the map. It gives you that jump. Literally just, it's hard to explain, because the jump, you would think it's not very good, because for repositioning, other than getting up ledges, it's not very good. But for damage avoidance, it is very good. Like, it's really just like 2 seconds where you can't take damage. That's really what Moon Boots does. And it's hard to explain that to someone where you don't like dodge abilities with it. Like, once you do it, you kind of realize it. So Rampage jumps into the pit here, and I'm just, what is this guy doing? Like, kill this guy. He just ulted. He has nothing. He thorns. Who cares? I get the double ultimate here, and I just immediately I'm on Revenant. As soon as my ult, if I had missed the Revenant with my ultimate, I would have swapped to the Rampage. But being able to get that Revenant is huge. And then here, this is where comms come in. This is where comms come in, because the rest of this fight gets a little bit scattered, but my team never really gets scattered. If you guys are watching this, my team never really gets too scattered in this. So first of all, our Shinbi's not here. This is like a 4v5. It's not gonna matter really. Rampage here, he popped his ult, he popped his thorns, he has nothing up, he has no rock, he has nothing. This guy's not a threat anymore. So when Revenant walks in, I'm going to shield off the Revenant. He has to step through it to do damage. When Rampage jumps towards Rev, I'm like, boom, trigger. That's a 2-man ultimate. I need to go in. And I barely clip Rev, right? I barely hit him with that. But as soon as I see both of those people get stunned, I'm on Rev. I'm like, Rampage behind me, he's full health. He doesn't have anything up. He's not a threat. I probably can't kill him anyway. But there's a squishy level 8 Revenant here who I can kill, right? So I'm just going to stun dash that guy. Doesn't matter that I think I get the kill. Yeah, I get the kill. Doesn't matter. And then here. So again, my team is still not getting scattered. Look how grouped my team is. My Shinbi's just coming into the fight. My Drongo gets Decker ulted right here, which is super unfortunate. I don't even know how you place Decker ult around the corner. Decker ult is stunning right here. I don't even know how you do that. You can't really see it past my webcam. My Drongo's in the bottom left of my screen getting Decker ulted inside of this gadget ult. He's gonna fall, but watch the rest of my team. Their gadget runs away. The Rampage sort of dilly-dallies around, and so does the Grux. And my Howie, he's just tanking up this gadget ult with stasis. Me and Kai are both gonna leave this ultimate, and we're safe. So Shinbi chases him out. Shinbi's chasing Rampage. She's gonna, I don't think it ends up being a fatal attraction, but she ends up picking up the Rampage. And so now we have me, Kai, and Howie staring down a Grux. This Grux is a solo laner. He's not necessarily tanky, but he does have a lot of health. For those of you who don't know what Riftwalkers does, is it gives you a short dash forward, it pulls people with you, it pulls people into you. Then they take 15% increased damage for like it's like 2 or 3 seconds afterwards. I don't know the exact time on it, but they take increased damage for a little bit. So I know that these guys, this gadget follows Shinbi. Decker's kind of just zoning. I'm just gonna Riftwalkers this Grux. We need to be able to kill this guy, and my team's kind of low. So I'm just gonna Riftwalkers him, stun him. How he hits him with everything. He dies. He folds. Like that bonus damage it's a lot more than you'd think. End up chasing Decker here. I take the high line because I know she's gonna double jump over that wall. I probably could tower dive her and kill her, but I'm not gonna go for it. I don't want to die. If Gadget like roots me in the tower, I'm probably dead there. So instead, the call is group up and push down a tier 1. Pretty simple call. We got the Fangtooth. Now we are in a position to kind of push out the rest of this game. Now we're in a position to really like take over. And a lot of this started, keep in mind, a lot of this started back when I was able to, level 4, you know, rotate to the mid lane. Keep Gadget scared. She hasn't been farming this entire game. She's been scared. She hasn't had a blink this entire game, right? Gadget, if a Gadget's going to 1v1 another mid laner, she has to get up on them so that she can root them. She can't do that and use her root offensively if she has no blink. She's going to die to this Howie. Howie's, like, he's going to 1v1 her if she uses her root offensively like that. So without a blink, the Gadget just is forced to play really scared. And a lot of that came from me, you know, willing to rotate around the map early levels, keep her scared, keep her blink down. My Drongo is doing a fantastic job at staying in this match as well. He's died like 2 or 3 times when I've rotated, but he's not, you know, losing a lot of farm. The enemy team's not playing this super well. If you guys are the enemy team in this situation, what you do is freeze the wave. That's all you have to do. Is if you freeze the wave at tier 1, it forces that support to come back to lane. Because if they don't, then your carry's getting no XP, and you're gonna die. Like, your carry's just gonna be behind, they're gonna be super behind, they're gonna get run down if they try to step up to the wave. So if they freeze wave, it forces the support to come back and stop roaming until you can set the wave again. So don't roam on like, if your wave is super frozen, don't try and roam then because you're screwing your carry. If you're playing carry, just try and play back as best you can. You know, you don't want to step up and die, but you also don't want to be frozen off of all your waves, you know? So there's a bit of a conundrum there. So here, we're looking towards this mini prime, and we want to keep them off of it. So now Rampage has popped everything right now. He war boots, he ulted, he rocked. I'm down to go in, and we're here to fight. So my howitzer's right here. He's calling go in. He's saying go at this guy, run at this guy. I get a little tunnel vision there going through this fog wall for that guy, and I shouldn't have followed him through that fog wall. I should have just stayed with my like kind of back. It's okay. I get my blink forced, but now we're in this fight. Now we're really in. My Howie picks up the Rampage, like follows him through the jungle to pick up the Rampage. Almost gets a boot back on the Grux. Cleans up the Gadget, and now we just won that fight very convincingly. That was a 4 for 0. Their Grux is 1 HP as well, running back to base. So we should, I think we get this tier 2. But like pushing this tier 2 is the correct call. Because they have no one up. No one's alive. The Grux had to go back to base. We all saw him go back to base. We get this tier 2 for free. Now we're just going to back up. We have options here. So Prime is up in about 30 seconds, and Fangtooth is up in about 50 seconds. So we can try to go mini Prime into Fangtooth, but look at the timer in the game. It's 19 minutes. So we have to do this prime the second it spawns if we want to get it. Otherwise, it's going to turn into big prime. So that's the call right here, is check prime. We want to see if we can get this, because this is a huge advantage. And the enemy team actually does a very good job of kind of zoning us off of this. Like, they just have enough presence around this where we just can't pull this. If we pull this, we're asking to just kind of get run down, and or they just stall long enough to wait for it to turn into big prime, which is pretty much what happens here. So we see the timer hitting 1930. I think it turns into big prime at 1945. You can block rocks, by the way. But, yeah, so we just decide back off the prime, just group for Fangtooth. You know, it's coming up. We still have this big advantage. This is Fang number 3. It's second for us. It's second for them. So we might as well just group up for this. We're not going to be able to get prime. So that's the call here. We see the rampage, and we're like, what is this guy doing? Chase this guy. Shinbi in mid. So this is where comms come in. If you look at the map right now, Shinbi is getting, like, I think she's 3v1 in mid, actually, because there's a Grux and a gadget here on the Shinbi. I think there's someone else, or maybe, I don't know, maybe they're dual lanes in the jungle here. My Howie's not here. My Howie's out of this fight for, like, another 10 seconds. We're going to chase out this rampage, but the whole time, my Shinbi in my ears, I have comms turned off for this, so I just cut them out, so you guys have game sounds but no comms. My Shinbi the whole time is saying, I'm good. Like, go right. I'm fine. Like, don't help me, basically, is what she's saying. So, listening to those comms, I'm like, okay, then let's go. My Shinbi's just being a nuisance in mid lane. She's 1v1ing the Grux. She's trying to pull aggro. Gadget, there's the Decker, comes back. And this whole time, she's like, I'm good. And I'm like, this rampage just jumped into the pit like an idiot. Can we kill this guy? He war boots and runs at me for some reason. Shinbi goes down, but again, she's like, the whole time she's saying, I'm good. Like, they use 2 ultimates, right? Is kind of what she's saying. She's like, you know, Grux Decker ult down, and now we're good. We got the rampage pick. My Shinbi got the Grux pick, and now we're up. You know, we're in a 4v3 where they don't have a couple of key ultimates, and we're able to just take that Fang for free. The call here is run it straight to prime, which I'm not a big fan of this call. I think this is pretty risky. We do have a Chimera, so, like, we can do this. We can pull this. We're not going to die to this prime because Kai can tank this pretty much indefinitely. It's just a little risky. I don't like it very much. You can see I'm trying to tank for my prime because I have health potions, and I have Raymond. So if I tank at the beginning, it lets my prime stack up his health, or it lets my Fang, or my Chimera stack up his health regen, and then we get it. They try to contest this, and we're like, what the hell? Just kill this Grux. Kill this guy. Which is exactly what we do. I end up dying here because I got stuck in a Tesla Dome. They were doing a really good job of using Tesla Dome and Cage together. They were just very coordinated with it. And this is the downside to this call. Okay, so before we get into the next one, that's the downside of that call, is that they all respawn full health, fresh buys, right? They all just bought items. They're on full health, coming back from base. They know we went to prime. They just come in and kill us, which is good. Like, that's a good play by them. It was greedy by us. We didn't kill it fast enough or whatever for that to be super worth it. But we do have a Shinbi and a Howie with prime, and that's enough. Right here, I see this rampage that's 1 HP, and I'm like, Shinbi, ult, Shinbi, ult, Shinbi. And she's like, what? And then she's like, oh, she gets the kill. She's like, I didn't think that would kill. And I'm like, of course, he's 1 HP, bro. You could have, I think she could have killed with 1 stack. I think she hit him with 3 stacks. And I'm like, ult him. So, like, if people on your team are doing things like that, where they're holding an ultimate that maybe doesn't need to be held and stuff like that, like, you can, like, make those calls for people. It is, like, you don't need to micromanage people, right? But you can make calls like that, especially if you are the shot caller on your team. Like, in this game, I was shot calling. I'm generally speaking, I'm the shot caller for my, for Rogue, I'm the shot caller, you know, that kind of thing. Like, I am, like, this is what I do. And in this game, I do have Wangle on the Howie mid, and he's helping me a lot. He's also shot calling. Like, having 2 is really nice. Our jungler was not very vocal in this game. So this is from a ranked game. Okay, for those of you who don't know, when you guys see ranked Pred right now, there is a Discord server running essentially ranked games. That's what these games are from. So these are, like, you know, higher level matches. Right here, I just overcommit, man. I don't know what I was thinking. I kind of screw over my team a little bit because I saw the rampage like ulting and going in, and I was like, oh, I got to peel for this. So I dunked him, and I really shouldn't have. Like, I could have just walked up and hit him. That probably would have been fine. My Kai ints here just to get my Shinbi out. My Shinbi gets to leave because Kai's like, yeah, I'm dead anyway. I have no escape. Shinbi, just get out. So she gets out. So we kind of throw away the rest of our prime. Shinbi still has it, but no one else does. This is really sloppy, but we're still in the lead. If you know, it's not clean. It's not a perfect game, but we are still taking this and we're still winning with. At this point, now I'm looking at, we don't have prime anymore, or well, our Shinbi has prime for another 2 minutes or another minute and a half. We need to look at this next Fangtooth. Next Fangtooth is primal, and it's Fang number 3 for us, which is 2 really big power spikes. So we need to look at this next Fangtooth. It's coming up in about 2 minutes, so we need to start planning timers. We need to get left wave pushed out, which we do have. Right wave is pushed out. We need to just keep our stuff forward so that we can get into this Fangtooth for free. So here, I would have liked to back. I don't know why Rampage is running at me. Not a lot of reason for this. Like, they can't kill me. Literally, the 3 people here I don't think can kill me. The Gadget, a Rampage, and a Decker. And then they just full commit onto my Drongo, which is tough. Like, that's just an L, right? There's not much he's gonna do here. You see multiple blinks going off, Rampage ultimates. I don't know why they are full committing to my Drongo. He was a little out of position, yeah, but they like really committed to him, which is a little surprising. He gets caught. That's cool and all. Fangtooth is still down, like it's not up for like another 40 seconds, so he'll be up. And then here we get caught again. I try to call to go on this Rampage, and he just kind of has team backing him up, and they expend basically the rest of their ultimates and don't get anything. Rux goes down, and that gives us a little bit of a window back into this as well, because they're going to pull this Fangtooth. So my call right here, my call to my team is our Drongo's up in 4 seconds. We all just freshly backed, came out of base, and that was my call, by the way. As soon as they like dropped Gadget ult and stuff, I'm like, okay, recall right now. Like, we need to base now so that we are full health on this Fangtooth. We have to. We absolutely have to base. So we all base. We're coming out of base full health. Drongo is like 5 seconds behind us. And Shinbi is not here. So we are fighting this. This is a 4v4 because we have this. And I'm telling Shinbi, I told Shinbi, I'm like, push, just push left. I'm like, this is a 4v4. Push left. They don't have ultimates. We win this fight. And I'm briefing my team on what's about to happen. I'm saying, they're going to pull this and we're going to wait. I'm like, they are going to pull this. I'm like, don't fight until I go in. Do not fight until I go in. And guess what? I round the corner and guess what they're doing? They're pulling Primal Fangtooth without Rampage ultimate, without Gadget ultimate. I don't know if they have Decker ultimate. I don't know if they have Revenant ultimate. But they're pulling this and they don't have their sustain, like sort of zoning, like big ultimates here. And so exactly what happens is what I told my team. I say, don't fight until I go in. And my Howie, of course, can kind of throw rockets out. Like he's sort of exempt from that. But look at this. This is 12k. And for those of you who don't know, Fangtooth shreds, bro. Fangtooth Fire Breath does so much damage. Watch this Rampage HP as this Fire Breath comes out. Look at this. He just took half his health. And so now the enemy team is they're going to run at us. They're going to be like, oh, damn. We can't actually do this because our Revenant, that Fire Breath, just so you guys know, it's an AoE attack. So don't stand behind the person getting hit by it. You see, Rev also took a quarter of his HP from that unnecessarily. Only one person has to get hit by it. So completely unnecessary from him. And I'm just calling it. I'm like, just wait. And then they run at us, and Rev like walks up here, and I don't know what his plan is. They like the Gadget and everyone's kind of going behind me, but I'm like, okay, there's a Rampage and a Revenant in front of me. Like, I think I'm just gonna press R. Is that cool? Like team's like, yeah, dude, that's cool. Riftwalker's in, get 2, make him take bonus damage, get the dash through. Fangtooth stays pulled, and now we get to do a half health Fangtooth. I'm going to tank this up for my squad, and we're good to go. Fangtooth especially, you can do those plays on Prime. Primal Fangtooth is the easiest place to stick a team in the pit. If they are in the pit, and you are not, and they are tanking a Primal Fang, and they are not killing it fast enough, they are going to die to it. And you get to sit there and make them take damage, and you get to keep them in the pit, especially with things like Steel Wall. If I just put a Steel Wall in front of the pit right there, like, we're pretty safe behind that, right? So there's a lot that you can do to just sort of like wait. Like, we don't have to run at them, bro. It has 12,000 health left on it. It's gonna take them another 20 seconds to kill it. We can wait. We can sit here and we can wait on that primal, and we don't have to be dumb. We can play this smart. So we do. We just play safe. We play back a little bit, and we're good to go. Here we're trying to use this primal to get all 3 inhibs. We currently have 2 of them down. They gadget ult the wave, stuff like that. Here I kind of end up going really greedy with my ultimate. I kind of just dash away from this Rev. I don't know why he ulted me. But I look to go back in. So here's the thing about Steel. I have 23 health regen right now, so I'm getting 23 health a second. I have Primal Fang, so I'm kind of dangerous. My team is still pretty healthy and pretty available to fight. My Howie has no mana, but the rest of my team's pretty available to fight. I have an ultimate, right? So, like, if I ult people, people die. So I know that, like, I'm cool with sacrificing my body here if I can hit an ultimate on someone. So that's kind of what I'm looking for here. Like, that's the reason I don't instantly back, is because I know I have enough regen so I can stick around a little bit. I can look for this ultimate. How he goes in really aggressive, gets a kill on Revenant. We end up getting this inhib, and now we're looking to sort of end this game. I get the ult on Grux. He dies. Here we just need to back out. We don't have minions yet. We're kind of looking to end this, but they have a Decker coming up. Like, the call here, we call end. The call in comms was end the game. We just don't have it. We just don't quite have what it's going to take to end this. You see at the top left, my Howie has no mana, low HP, Drongo very low, Shinbi very low. I'm, half health, quarter health. We just need to back up. We just back up. If we get prime, play it smart, we win the game, right? The goal here is to not just int. Right, we don't want to just completely lose this game because we're trying to play something too aggressive. Rampage comes out. I think he just was going to check Prime. I don't know why he kind of goes on me like that, but this is unfortunate because it stops my back, and now my team has already based. So if I base now, I'm super desynced. So I just have 2,200 gold in hand that I don't get to spend, which is a little unfortunate. But this is where Raiment of Renewal also comes in. Is that, look at my health, bro. My health is just going up. Like, I have a lot of health regen. It's just going up. Rampage jumps in here, and my call right here was, I believe my call verbatim was, it's 6k health. What the fuck is he doing? I believe that was my call, actually, what I said. This thing has 6,000 health, bro. We're just gonna jump off of this and insta-kill him, which is exactly what happened. We literally just insta-kill him, because why is he jumping in? And then we get Prime for free anyway. And now I have Prime regen, which means I don't have to base. I'm gonna get full health off of this no matter what. Stinks that I have 2,700, 2,800 gold in hand at the end of this game that I don't get to spend, but it happens. The important thing for you, especially on Steel, like a team fighting character, is you don't want to be desynced from your team. You need to stay with your team. So, like, I lost my opportunity to back when Rampage ran me out. I lost the opportunity. I no longer have the option to back, and that's it. So here, we're just going to push into their base. Their core's at 70%. We're just kind of going to be able to walk in and kill this. And me and Howie hit a couple really good combos here. My Drongo gets insta-killed, but it's not really going to matter. So I'm just looking to follow up. I'm looking to kind of peel back, and then boom. You guys just have to be, especially on Steel. This goes for all characters in this game and everything you're doing. But especially on Steel, you just have to be ready to pull, like, just to pull the ripcord. You have to be ready for it. And that's exactly what happens here. Is I'm standing back, waiting for... Dies to the Howie. I'm just gonna go through this last little bit just to get again. because I'm just waiting. So I know my Drongo's dead. The one person that I kind of need to save died to the Revenant ultimate where I can't save him. So now my Howie is who I'm playing through. He's been playing very, very well. I know he's a good player. My Shinbi doesn't need my help because she hasn't needed it all game because she's been rolling through people. Like she's just very survivable. So I'm watching my Howie. I'm playing around Howie. And then I see him. Because I'm behind him, I see what he's looking at, right? He's looking at this Rev who's one step too far forward, and he gets the mine. Right here, you just have to be ready. On Steel specifically, but on Richter, on any support like this, when you see your teammate do something, you don't have to be the one who does the first thing, but you have to, and this goes for all characters, right? No matter what role you're playing, you have to be ready to, you have to pull the trigger sometimes. And right here, Revenant dying, game's over, right? I don't care about hitting multiple people with his ultimate. My Howie just hit a massive boop, pulling this guy out of his core. Like, you just have to be ready to pull the trigger. Just go for it. And boom, instantly. Ultimate, before, like, he doesn't get a chance to blink out. My Howie goes for the ult as well, gets the free kill. I'm just walling here, I'm waiting, and then I'm gonna go at Gadget. I'm going to Riftwalker stun her, and my Howie's gonna rocket her, which is just, that's perfect. The Riftwalker stun makes people take way more damage, obviously. My Howie actually is, like, paying attention to my crowd control and hits a rocket. Beautiful. Howie lives at the end as well. Really good. Obviously, this is Wangle, who's like one of the better mid laners in the game right now. Just a beautiful follow-up from him. He was setting me up, I was setting him up. You know, that's the kind of things you can do on some of these supports. But this is Steel. The rest of the build is pretty variable. Raymond, Moonboots, and Stonewall are pretty much it. Your next item, I highly recommend Void Helm. Because it gives you more health regen, it gives you movement speed, really, really good. Like, that's probably the best magic defense item. They just buffed it as well. And then last item is pretty much up to you. I think that some of the better last items are like Warden's Faith against auto attack carries, like not against Revenant, I wouldn't, but Warden's Faith, or if you need like a Tainted Totem, you can even go that last, even if you're like, if your team has other anti-heal, Tainted Totem's just a good item. You know, like those are the kind of items you can look to be building last. This was just a really good game. When you play Steel, you just have to be willing to, especially for about the first 10 minutes of the game, you have to be willing to put yourself behind to put others ahead. And I think that that's really the best way to put it. You have to be willing to rotate around the map, make your presence known, and help get your team ahead. Like, if we kill Gadget on one of those ganks, now my Howie has a insane lead that he's not going to blow, right? He has a crazy lead if we kill her. We didn't kill her, but we got blinks, which means now Howie's unchallengeable in the mid lane. He still is going to get a lead there. I do kind of leave my carry out to dry in some of these games, or on some of those rotations. But if you have a carry who knows that they need to play back, you can't go aggressive. You have to play safe, especially when you have a Drongo on your team. You can really make it work. I really like this style of play. I really think that Steel is very, very good at it. You can do it on other supports. You can do it on Richter. You can do it on Narbash if you really want to, but like Richter and Steel are the best at it. You can do it. It is good. I highly recommend it. This is, if I were to play support and try to carry games, this is how I would play. You have to run around the map. You have to affect as much as the map as possible. That is, if you are playing support and you want to win games, do it like this. It is going to be the most consistent way. You kind of get to show off how you can play as a character and be better than people from the support position, which doesn't happen a lot. So this is how I would do it. But that's all I've got for you guys. So if you guys have more questions, let me know down below. That's all I've got for you. So as always, I've been Pinzo. This video is donezo. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.